Hey everyone, it's Pup Twigs here out of Orlando, Florida, and joining me, I have as my guest is Fox Pup Ray out of Denver, Colorado. How's it going?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I am doing good here tonight. Now that it's nighttime and everything, so we'll just jump right into it. I'm always curious about how pups get their name, and
Mhm.
also if there's some kind of symbolism with the hood colors that you choose.
Well, I chose my name because I always identified as a fox, as a pup specifically. But the part Ray is supposed to be more of a descriptor where I am supposed to be a ray of sunshine for everybody.
Oh, okay. All right.
Um, yeah. So I like to bring joy to people, obviously. The white coloration, this is actually the second color I've chosen. The first color was blue. It was just kind of a shot in the dark sort of color choosing. But I chose white later on because to me it signifies strength in oneself to be able to um, be what it is that you are without any shame or unapologetically.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. Good. I like that. So, how long have you been a pup in the pup community now?
I have been a pup for 5.5 years.
Okay. So you've been around a little longer than most of the pups I get to interview on here. So that's awesome. So,
Now almost a great puzzle.
so out of those 5.5 years, what have
Mhm.
you seen that has been easiest for you in the community? And then what have you seen that's been the most difficult?
I think what I've seen to be the easiest in the community is acceptance of who you are or who you choose to be. It seems like people can just walk in and just be like, oh, that's what you are. Okay, cool. It's whatever. But then the hardest part also becomes the rejection that comes from the other side of things because some people don't want to understand something that it can be fundamental and healthy for other people, like doing pupping, for instance.
Yeah, yeah, because this does wonders for a lot of people being able to get in that headspace and just stop adulting for a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much.
So in those 5.5 years, what have you seen that if you could change it, what would that change be?
I think one change that I would like to see, or have like to see in anyway, is the state of the political infrastructure around the pup community. It's always political. There's always infighting. There's always people trying to get into positions of power so they can control the community. And it's very disappointing to see that people rather have power than express, a true self of themselves and share that with the world.
Yeah, and I see the same thing. Everyone wants to be in power, and let's just go out and have fun.
Right? Like it's better to have fun than to sit there and worry about, do I have enough power to control people? Like who cares about that? It's not even close to being about that at all, ever.
Yeah, no, I hear it. You're exactly right. So if you could give advice to someone that's brand new coming into this, what advice
Mhm.
would you want to give them?
Keep an open mind. Being a pup is mostly about creating yourself, your identity, who you choose to be without feeling influenced by the other people around you. People are going to influence you and they're going to want you to be one way or another. And it's not about what they want, it's about what you feel for yourself, who you are. And you should
Hmm.
be proud of that for yourself.
Yeah, yeah, I even see that down here and stuff. You're exactly right.
Mhm.
So when you think about Fox Pup Ray, what brings you the most joy out of pup play? And do you have a specific toy that you like to play with?
I don't have any specific boys that I like to play with.
Okay.
I am one of those I'm a very social butterfly. I'm literally all over the place. This last pup mosh we had was our 1 year anniversary for Unleashed. And I was probably one of the more social pups where I was all over the place, meeting people, being like, hey, how are you? Who are you? Hi, just going at it. So I mean, Yeah, I'm just really out there.
And that's me. I don't like to sit in the corner. I just like to get out and mingle and talk and boop some noses every now and then and just have a good time.
It's very hard to turn me away from somebody. Like if unless you treat me really horribly, like I'm a friend to everybody.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm the same way, same exact way. So thinking about, again, 5.5 years, that's a long time. What has being a pup and getting into this headspace done for your mental health?
So before I started pupping, I was diagnosed with a social anxiety disorder. It's coupled with OCD, ODD,
Mhm.
which is oppositional defiance disorder, ADHD, and manic depressive disorder. So I have a huge smattering of things, and it's really helped my mental space because it's allowed me to cope and compartmentalize a lot of my stresses that I deal with every day. And it's
Mhm.
allowed me to learn to be more social in a setting where I feel more comfortable. I used to be so locked up in conversations, so afraid of a possible confrontation that I would stutter and I would start having panic attacks in the middle of a conversation that was just about, hey, how was your day? You know?
Mhm.
So when I started doing the pup thing, it really allowed me to feel that sense of anonymity at first to fully understand how to have conversations and social dynamics without feeling so nervous or so scared and skittish.
That is awesome. I mean, almost every pup that I talk to, it's just done such a good thing for them. And this coming into the life has just been life changing for some of them. And that's awesome. I love to hear that kind of stuff. So, what's one thing that you wish you knew about the community before you got into it?
I wish I knew a little bit more about what being a pup really entails. Obviously, it's a journey when you first
Mhm.
start out, and you don't really understand what being a pup is or what it's supposed to entail. But I mean, if I had known that it was more about creating yourself and finding yourself in the world, I think I would probably would have had a better chance with some of the things that's happened in my life.
Yeah. Well, kind of switching gears a little bit, what kind of hobbies do you have, and do you have any pets of your own?
Which I didn't quite catch that last part.
Oh, what kind of hobbies do you have, and do you have any pets of your own?
So I don't have any pets of my own. Unfortunately, I did at one point, but when I became a pup, it just kind of stopped happening.
Okay.
Because I mean, I am the pet,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. But as far as hobbies go, I do a lot of video game streaming. Right now, I'm doing a lot of VR streaming specifically. I do um, a lot of social gatherings and things with the pup community.
Hmm.
I do photography. I my own modeling for my own photography.
Oh,
I do
nice.
videography. Sometimes I'll write. It just really depends. Or I'll just put on my hood and just be a pup. Really.
Good enough. So, as a pup, do you identify as a beta, omega, or an alpha?
I do identify as a beta specifically, because
Okay.
I do have a lot of dominant tendencies. I specifically like to say I'm a service beta.
Hmm.
So I'm very serving. I'm very like, what can I get for you and everything? But I am very assertive at the same time.
Okay. All right. So, Denver, I know I have interviewed a few pups from the Denver area, and I know there's a lot of events that go on there. What are some of the ones that you like to go to there in Denver?
Well, the one that I've been most recently been attending was the Puppy Mosh over at Denver Sweets Bar.
Hmm.
I was actually the host for the last one that's happened this last Friday. They do like Denver, which I've always wanted to go to. I know they have the XXL event that happens at the Tracks Club. Um, Trade has a pup march that happens, I think, the second Friday of every month. So, I mean, there's always that going around, but then most of the events that I actually attend are self-promoted and hosted by local pups around here. So, puppies in the mountains or hiking or, going to a lake and swimming, that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, that would be fun doing stuff like that. So yes. Well, if you could ask my next guest that I have on here
Yeah.
a specific question, what would you want to ask them?
How has your journey into creating your identity helped you help somebody else be a better person?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a real good question.
I know. I do a lot of I do some kink and BDF, some education on the side of things. So
Oh,
like
nice.
it's always yeah, for me it's about helping other people more so than anything.
Sure. Well, your question is kind of a two-parter, and it came from Pup Eddie Sweet Cuddle out of Columbus, Ohio. And the
Oh
first
wow.
part, he wanted to know what drives you in being a pup.
Mhm.
And then he wanted to know what do you hope to achieve putting on your hood?
Doing what with the hood now?
What do you hope to achieve when you put on your hood?
Okay, so trying to recall the first part.
What drives you in being a pup?
What was that? What drives me to being a pup is the freedom, the mental freedom that I can actually achieve and not have to worry. Like having a handler like helps in that to some extent. So being able to just let go and regress to that primal state of mentality is
Mhm.
so just intoxicating. It drives me to want to do that all the time, literally all the time. Um, what I hope to achieve with the hood, betterment of myself every day. Um, I live the pup lifestyle 24/7 when I'm not at work or in public, within reason, obviously.
Oh,
But
sure,
when I'm
sure.
home, when I'm around friends, this is on all the time.
This is you. This is you. Well,
This
uh,
is this is me. This is who I chose to create myself to be.
oh, hey, I love it. So, if in case other pups may want to reach out to you, how is the best way to reach you via all the different social medias?
So my name, Fox Pup Ray, all in one word with that little at mail symbol.
Okay,
Um, literally, it is a very unique uh, username on the internet. So you search that, and I will pop up all over Google. Any search engine you put on there, I'm there.
you're
I
there.
got a Twitter, I have Instagram, I have Facebook, I have everything. So I mean, drop a line wherever, pretty much.
So that is just at Fox Pup Ray, all one word.
Yep.
All right, we can do that. Well, any last words you have before we jump off of here?
George Bernard Shaw, back in the 1600s, once said, "Life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself." That's something I think we all need to grasp because when you find yourself, you're becoming that which is expected of you by everyone else,
Hmm.
not what you truly want to be, what you truly feel you are. So create yourself because that is where you find your happiness.
Oh, awesome. Couldn't have said that any better. It has been a pleasure getting to talk to you this evening. I hope you go out and enjoy the rest of your evening there in Denver, and we'll be
It was
talking again soon.
it was my absolute pleasure, Twigs. Thank you so much. I really just adored this.
Oh, I love doing it. So I enjoy giving you guys the platform to be able to talk.
Thank you so much.
Uh-huh.